How are things going?
Well, at least my lawyer thinks so.
Are you sure about this? The royal family convulses the nation by ceasing to be German. You want to take it up. Does it matter that people will hate you for it?
Will you hate me?
I will love you more than ever.
That's all right, then. I'm pretty tough. May not be used to the splendours of Downton, but I do know how to look after myself.
Would you like to see Downton?
Where did that come from?
But I was thinking, if you are nearly German and nearly divorced, perhaps the family should know you a bit.
It won't be settled tomorrow, my darling. I can't pretend it will.
Don't put me off. Aren't you curious about my childhood home?
I'm curious about everything to do with you. But my situation would frighten them. We don't want that.
I know. Mamma's giving a house party next month. Why don't you come? Then you can blend in and look around without anyone asking too many questions. And Mamma won't mind. She likes you.
Your father doesn't.
He doesn't know you. He'll like you when he does. Now, I must gulp my coffee down and run if I'm to catch the 3 o'clock.
Can't persuade you to stay.
But I will say this. It's getting harder and harder to say no.
You miss me?
Of course. Is it really only a week until you leave? You haven't told me if there's anything I can do to keep things running whilst you're in Munich.
Well, as a matter of fact, I've got something I want you to sign. It will give you some authority over my affairs. Come here.
What can you do when you get there?
Well, I thought I'd write a novel. I've tried to. Always fancied myself a novelist. I've never had the time. Now I've got nothing but.
How long is it going to take?
I'm not sure. I'll set the wheels in motion as soon as I arrive, and we'll stop when and if we hit a rock. But the lawyers are quite optimistic.
I thought lawyers were never optimistic.
That's why it's a good sign.
Are we going out tonight? Rose was talking about the new band at the Lotus Club.
Well, no, I hadn't planned on going anywhere.
No?
No.
Michael.
Oh, my darling.
My maid saw you come in. Aren't you going to tell me what kept you out until 6 in the morning?
Well,
And please don't say you were talking and you lost all track of time. Quite apart from the morality, or lack of it in this situation, you do realize you are taking a great risk. You're trusting this man with your name and your reputation.
He wants to marry me. Of course I trust him.
As you trusted Sir Anthony Strallan?
That was rather unkind.
Edith! Whatever's the matter?
Michael's vanished into thin air. Nobody's heard from him. No one can reach him.
I'm sure it's just a failure of communication. If anything had happened, we'd have heard.
Maybe. I just wish to God he'd pick up the telephone.
He will. Come on. We ought to get changed.
Send him a telegram. I do apologise, my lady, but this came in the Evening Post and it appears to have been overlooked.
Not to worry.
Perhaps you could drive over there tomorrow.
Is anything the matter?
No, not at all.
Edith, my most darling girl, what's the matter?
But I'm not your most darling girl, am I?
I love my children equally.
I don't know why people say that when it's almost never true.
Look, if this is about Michael Gregson, do you want me to get involved? Send someone over there?
No. His office has already done that. There's a detective in Munich now, working with the German police.
Then you just have to be patient.
I want to know what's happened. If he's trapped somewhere, or falsely imprisoned, or even dead. I mean it. If the worst's happened, I want to know. It's just so impossible to plan in this fog.
Well, I'm sure he's not dead.
No, you aren't. Because none of us can be.
Please don't ruin everything now, my dear. Not when it's over and done and nobody knows.
Granny knows.
Well, is she going to reveal the bastard child of her own granddaughter? Remember, you were never going to mention it, even if he came back.
I know I said that, but I don't think I could keep to it now.
Why? Is there some news?
Not really. A bit. It seems he got into a fight with a gang of toughs the first night he was in Munich.
A gang of toughs?
They're quite well known, apparently. They wear brown shirts and go around preaching the most horrible things. Anyway, a man who was there says that Michael took exception to what they were saying.
He should have had the sense to keep out of it. But surely, if they know these men, they can question them and find out what happened.
You'd think so.
Oh, my dear.
I can be normal most of the time for weeks on end, but then I think I might never see him again, and...
I know.
But that's not the point. If Michael is dead, if I do inherit, then I have to give at least half to the baby, don't you see?
No, I don't. But if you really must, do it anonymously. It wouldn't be hard. This is for the best. If you'll only keep silent, there'll be other loves, other children. Don't cheat yourself of that. I beg you.
I don't know.
Then trust me, because I do.
You've told her, haven't you? You've broken your word.
No.
Mrs. Drew came to the house.
What did she want?
She felt you had used her badly. I confess it was a feeling we shared.
I'm not coming back, you know.
Let's not talk about it here.
Come to me for dinner.
No.
Very well, then we'll discuss it now in front of your new employees and give them something to chew on.
There is a tea room at the end of the street.
Telegram for Lady Edith.
What about you, Rose?
No, not really, I don't think
I don't want to disturb you.
Don't be silly. You couldn't disturb me. Thank you, Baxter.
I wouldn't have bothered you.
I wish you'd stop talking like that and move back in.
I only came to tell you Edith's about to receive some very bad news.
What? How do you know?
Her editor's on his way to see her this afternoon. I'm afraid it's what we've been waiting for.
However much you expected, it's still painful when it arrives.